Hi everyone, it's Ali and thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Hopefully you've come over from my blog because you're on the Reverse Confetti new release blog hop, which is on today, so the 8th of January. And I'm going to show you how I made this really cute little interactive card with a couple of the new sets. So I've used the Bags and Tags Creator and I'm just going to make a fun old-fashioned Polaroid sort of style photo frame. I've just used it to cut the window and then cut around the edge with my cutter. And I've used the Heart Pals and the Big Bear stamp set to stamp out a couple of images. I just love that Big Bear. He is so adorable. I hadn't decided whether I was going to hold the flowers or the cup, so I stamped out both. I'm just going to show you a really small bit of my colouring with my warm greys, and I was running low on my W1 colour, so I didn't do a light overall cover of that colour first. I just went in with my dark, and sometimes I vary it a bit. Most of the time I do start with my darkest colour and then go through to the lightest and then back through again. I'm just finish off here with my darkest colour with a few little really light dots in sort of the most shaded areas of the image, just to give it a little bit of texture and a little bit of interest. And then I'm going to do my background piece. So I'm starting with some worn lipstick, Distress Oxide, and then going in with some spun sugar. And then to blend the colours a little bit more, I'm going to use my white pigment ink just at the top there to lighten that top colour and also blend it. A little bit of a splash of water with my water sprayer stick. And then it was time to add the images that I'd finished colouring in and also cut out with the die cuts. I did another little piece of card to go behind my Polaroid frame, and I'm just placing the pieces there so that I know how I'm going to make the card, basically. It was just an idea that I had and I was working it as I went along. So I've put a little tab of card behind the little image that is going to pop out, and then I've punched a hole there and I'm going to secure that piece to my background piece, but I need to provide my little arm that's going to make him swing. So I've just punched another hole, created a little arm there, and that's how it's going to make it swing. I've used just brads to hold it all together, and I'm just trimming off the excess card like so. Now I was just working out where I wanted my little Peking bear to sit. So I was just arranging it on the background piece and working out where it was going to look the best. And that looked like it was pretty good considering the frame was going to go on top. So I just drew a little pencil mark where that top hole was, and I'm going to punch a hole in my background piece because I need to have an anchor point for that little swinging part. So just finding my brad, poking it through and securing that on, and then that's how the arm is going to work and make him swing out. So very simple sort of lever action there. And then my big bear is going to go over the front and him peek out like so. I knew that I'd have to put a bit of foam behind the bear so that he didn't come all the way out the other side. Now I'm just going to make a little securing strip, I guess, just out of some thin paper. So I'm just wrapping it around the little pull arm. And I need to make it loose. I think the first time I secured it there it was a bit tight, so I just undid it and made it a little bit looser. It's going to stop the arm from sort of wobbling about when it's in action. And then I felt it was a little bit wide as well, so I just snipped it down to trim it down a little bit and then slid it back over the pull arm. And then that is going to secure to the background piece with some adhesive on the back. And that's how it will work. So I was just testing as I went along, really. Some of these ideas I just kind of have in my head and then it takes me a while to work them out on my craft desk. But it's kind of fun and I like the process. So especially like interactive cards, as you'll see on my video channel. So I'm just putting some 3D foam on that side of the bear's head to stop the other bear from, as I said, coming all the way through on the right hand side. And then I'm just putting some 3D foam. I'm leaving a gap where the arm is going to go, so you don't want to put 3D foam around that right hand side where the pull arm is going to work. Now I'm just removing my backing and then I'm going to stick that on top of my other little bear like so, and just make sure it works okay, which it does. And then I just covered the back of that with some adhesive and adhered that onto the front of my card, and I decided to make it sit straight. And then he just picks out like so. It's quite fun to play with. Then I've just used some of the Love Cupid coloured paper to make a little tab end for the pull piece. And I've also stamped out a sentiment from the set and white embossed that on some black card, and then I'm just adhering that onto the front of my card. Perfect. And I love that it suited a little head poking out, hey there Valentine, and then his head poking out, which was really cute. And I've just put some enamel dots on the top and the side of the card as well, just to give it a little bit more interest. So that's essentially it. I hope you are enjoying the blog hop and that you've stopped by and commented on everyone's blog post for the blog hop with a chance to win some prizes. And thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again next time.